Microsoft has been facing some absolutely insane backlash over the past few days, ever since they announced the Xbox Game Pass prices were going up, but now it looks like they are panicking and trying to release free content for everybody because they're preparing to launch a free Xbox Cloud gaming service with ads. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I think that this is so funny. They have such a bad image right now that they are scrambling to figure out ways to slap the word free onto different things and value onto different things. And now it looks like they're doing that with cloud. So it says, following on from the recent news that the Game Pass subscription service has undergone a drastic price increase in some areas, a fresh story has hit the airwaves. It has been claimed that Microsoft is readying a free Xbox Cloud gaming platform that's supported by ads and can be used without a Game Pass subscription. It has been suggested that users will be able to stream the games that they own digitally, eligible free Play-Day games, and Xbox Retro Classics titles. Now, I think that this is so hilarious because they are scrambling right now to figure out a way to make this situation better. I do think that they are going to hold their ground and they're not going to change their prices because they figure, oh, if we lose 1 million Xbox Game Pass subscribers, well, the price increase now makes up for that difference. But the problem is still that they need all of the subscribers they can get. And then technically, while yes, they're holding steady because there's that increase in price, they are probably still going to not see the profits that they've been looking for. We actually had just heard a report that apparently they lost $300 million on the last Call of Duty because of Game Pass. So maybe keeping Game Pass really hurts them too much in the long run instead of buying an individual copy of a game. But it says in a report from The Verge's Tom Warren, it was claimed that sources close to Microsoft has started trialing a free Xbox Cloud gaming service devoid of a subscription and supported by ad revenue. Now, the problem here is that initially, sure, this sounds decent, but of course, the devil is in the details. So sources tell me the internal testing includes around 2 minutes of pre-roll ads before a game is available to stream for free through Xbox Cloud Gaming. Microsoft is also currently testing a limit of 1 hour for sessions with up to 5 hours free a month. These limits may well change when the service is officially launched. So, you're supposedly only getting 5 hours free a month. That is the initial piece of information we're getting. What are you really going to do with 5 hours? You are not able to complete 98% of video games that release now with 5 hours. It's just such a slap in the face, and maybe it will be a larger amount of time when it actually launches, but it really wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't, because this is Microsoft we're talking about, and as they've highlighted over the past couple of days, they're one of the greediest companies within the video game industry, and they are so big that they feel like they are untouchable, that they can do no wrong. So recently, the internet was up in arms over a monumental price increase that took Game Pass Ultimate to a whopping $30, and even though Microsoft has bundled the Ultimate tier with more content and benefits, gamers were canceling their subscriptions en masse as a response. I hate the access media. You do not hate journalists enough. They talk about how, well, it's even though Microsoft bundled it with more content and benefits, but gamers are so greedy. Gamers are the problem here. That is such a slap in the face to the people that you need to read your articles. And this is why I use archives, right? I'm not technically giving them a click here. I am using an archive of this because these people suck. They have no respect for us, and I really have no respect for them at this point. I don't care about Fortnite Crew. I don't care about Ubisoft Plus Classic. So why is it that I should be forced to pay more when I do not want those added benefits? I would rather pay $20 and get rid of all that mumbo jumbo that they're trying to add as a big new deal, and that's not happening. So therefore, yes, my criticism is valid, and gamers canceling their subscriptions are valid. Now, Tom Warren's report goes on to mention that the free Xbox Cloud service will be available on PC, Xbox, handheld, the web, and has a public beta test set to hit soon. But at the same time, they're trying to get you in their good graces again by going, look, guys, it's free. Won't you use this? It's free. Oh my gosh, be so grateful that we're allowing you to have this. But really, that's not going to work with gamers. We are definitely not willing to look the other way when it comes to issues we feel very passionately about. And that is, of course, why they are getting raked across the coals right now. Inflation, let's see who you really are. Corporate greed, mask off moment. What am I supposed to do with 5 hours of game time? It's true, you can't complete most games with 5 hours. Consider games like, I don't know, Elden Ring Night Rain, where a match is 40 minutes. So you're saying I get maybe 6 matches for free a month? No, definitely not. Me finally gets to a boss fight. Xbox will be right back after these messages. Free gaming with ads. The Netflixification of Xbox is here. And we had heard years ago that they wanted to start adding in ads in their games' main menus. And I, of course, had said companies will find a way to implement this in the worst way possible. And now it sounds like, at least in this case, there will be 2 minutes of pre-roll ads before the game is available. So like if you go to click on it before it actually loads up, it will be an ad, but we don't know if that's all it will be. I mean, maybe after the 1 hour session, it will give you another ad. And then if you go into the second hour, there will be not, we don't have many details, but either way, people are not happy with this news because they're trying to convince you that they're actually not a greedy company when we know there are. What do you mean ads while gaming? Disgusting. This is a terrible idea. We're already overwhelmed with ads in every segment of our lives. Why add it to a sacred space like gaming? The moment a lifetime console gamer is unshackled from the burdens of their corporate overlords and experiences PC gaming for the first time, freedom. F Microsoft, Xbox fans eating good baby. I don't know if that is definitely a take a lot of people feel right now. Gamers about to speedrun ads just to speedrun the tutorial level. And it's sad, right, that it's gotten to this point that we are talking about them trying to throw the word free in our faces as if that's going to make this situation better, as if people are going to forgive them for what they've done. And that certainly isn't the case. They have been facing mass boycotts, mass cancellations, and you love to see it. You love to see people standing up for themselves and standing up for their hobby. And I did already mention this in another video, but it's another slap in the face where one of Game Pass's hidden changes, and arguably one of the most disgusting for the future of the hobby, is that they are monetizing game quality and resolution. So Essential is up to 1080p, Premium up to 1080, and Ultimate up to 1440. And then the bitrate peak is 10 to 17, 10 to 17, and up to 27. So if you pay for Ultimate, you're getting the highest quality with reduced artifacts, shortest wait times, exclusive support for select games, also day one releases, EA Play, Ubisoft Plus Classic. So now they're also trying to sell you on a higher quality level. So I will be covering this again in the future, I'm certain, but Microsoft doesn't give a fuck about our feedback. Microsoft doesn't deserve our money, and of course they are getting absolutely wrecked by gamers every single day over their terrible moves. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this and found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.